come soon.
I'm Bobby the Brain.
You're a little bit out of voice right now. Hello, everyone, and welcome once again to Prime Time Wrestling, where we feature the superstars of the World Wrestling Federation. And WrestleMania 3 is history, and it was indeed a classic. All kinds of records were broken. Some things happened that weren't to the liking of Bobby the Brain Heenan, I'm sure. An all-time sporting event record was made in the Silverdome, Pontiac, Michigan, with in excess of 93,000 people on hand. Hats off, indeed, to the World Wrestling Federation.
Let's go to the first match.
Well, it's not time to go. Your record is not too hot for WrestleMania 3, Brain.
You think I'm going to stand out here and debate you anymore? Or anybody else I've been talking to? I've been talking now for a week. No one will listen to me.
Understand there's several cases of champagne for sale, very cheap.
You can have it.
Oh, great.
You can
That's
have
great.
it.
We can continue the celebration party of the Hulkster. And I also want to inform you that you have a bill pending, $37,000, I believe is the figure that you owe for the belt that you had forced the World Wrestling Federation to make that really wasn't necessary.
You got any salt on you? Anybody got any salt here? You can just rub it in all the wounds in my back.
Hart Foundation, our feature this week here on Prime Time Wrestling against the Rougeau. Well, it's not time to go to the match yet.
I'm not talking to you anymore.
You're not talking to me anymore. We're going to see a whole lot of interesting people this week, plus our episode that we promised you of Fuji Bandito. Right now, we're going to go to our opening match. Big Blackjack Mulligan taking on Tiger Chung Lee. The Brain's waiting to go to ringside.
Scheduled for one fall. Introducing from Seoul, Korea, weighing 270 pounds, Tiger Chung Lee. The opponent hails from Eagle Pass, Texas, weighing in at 341 pounds, Blackjack Mulligan.
Well, this is Bobby the Brain Heenan, and I'm sitting here with my good colleague, Luscious Johnny V, and we finally got rid of Monsoon.
Yeah, how about that? You know something, as we see this Blackjack Mulligan coming down the aisle, Bobby, he's from Eagle Pass, but I don't think he passed up too many buffets, do you?
Not too many. I wonder how many times water has touched that dirty red underwear.
I don't know. It's only time can tell that. Of course, I'll tell you now, Bobby, he's got a tough hombre right here in Tiger Chung Lee. The man from Korea, the Orient, he's a tough cookie, and he's not a fortune cookie, Bobby. You know, he's a tough character.
You know, it's a guy like Mulligan, he's used to working over some guy at the old Red Rock Inn about 4 in the morning.
Yeah, the guy's all beard up or whatever. This guy here, this tough shit, Chung Lee, is ready to rock and roll with him.
Is Mulligan just...
What's this guy telling this guy?
Well, they're exchanging viewpoints on Eagle Pass, Texas.
Probably some illegal aliens coming into the country by way of that San Leandro Pass. You know when he took his hat off, you see all the bugs fly out of his hair?
Well, Mulligan, come on, get that lousy-looking, cheap cowboy garb you got on off.
It's like a 500-pound Tom Selleck.
Which one?
I don't know. Maybe Tiger Chung Lee. Good-looking gal right there, Bobby, in the corner, one of the fedorettes. I think Tiger Chung has his eye on her.
Whoa. See, I don't think Mulligan's prepared to wrestle a man from the Orient, a man that uses martial arts like this.
Right. Tiger Chung Lee is no small man by the physical stature. He's about 6'5".
Oh! A vicious clothesline. Mulligan's got to be going over 350, 60 pounds now. As far as I'm concerned, those punches are illegal because he's wearing a glove. Who knows what's in that glove?
That's right.
Ooh, another one. Now he's going to take the vest off.
You see, after he goes after this Japanese wrestler here, right away, this Mulligan breaking all the rules, and this stupid broad up here, she could care less.
Well, I think she's intimidated by the size of Mulligan.
Sure,
as far as I'm concerned, she'd be home cooking, maybe going to the store doing some work.
That's what I said all along. She'd be doing her dirty dishes.
Now, did Mulligan throw him out of there for the simple reason that he wanted him to get a break, or because he was worried about the man? I think he's worried about the guy.
I don't know, Tiger Chung Lee looks like it's about 6 o'clock in the morning at the Ginzo Tokyo Hotel outside there.
I think the secret to beating Mulligan is you got to get him off his feet.
You got to take him down, Bobby.
It's like one of those big, dumb-looking cows they got in Texas. They're not any good as long as they're on their back.
That's right. Tiger Tiger Chung Lee is going to slow this match down out there, wrestling fans. You see Mulligan abusing an official.
Now, has the pockets on his jeans been checked? Has the boots been checked? The gloves? The man could be hiding a lot of foreign objects on him.
Sure could. Could be some Kalmanar in there, too, you know.
Oh, you never know. You know, Eagle Pass is not the vacation spot of the world where you'd want to go spend a weekend with the missus, would you?
I never heard it on the dating game. You want 3 weeks paid vacation at Eagle Pass?
And the loser won 4.
Yeah, the loser got to wrestle Chung Lee.
Come on, referee, break it. I don't know if she can even count the 4.
He's treating this guy like he shortchanged him with some Chinese all-night joint down here in Chicago. This guy's the gentleman, this Tiger Chung Lee. And all he's doing is sign for a professional match. And right away, this half-wit hillbilly guy is Blackjack Mulligan from Texas, has broken every rule in pro wrestling.
You know, what do you expect, though? Look what we're dealing with here, Johnny. The guy's got probably, at top,
how long would he last out there?
A third-grade education.
How long would he last out there in your hometown, Beverly Hills?
Oh, the air pollution authorities would have him immediately deported. No, nothing like that is allowed in Beverly Hills, John. You know, you've been to my home.
Sure have. There's no way you'd ever let this guy hit the driveway.
They say, hey, they say immediately, you have to make deliveries around back. Please leave early. You know why it's a good thing to bring Mulligan to a picnic?
Why's that?
Keeps the flies off the food.
I heard he rode away to the Lonely Hearts Club. They wrote back and said, hey, Mulligan, we're not that lonely.
Boy, Johnny, you don't know what a pleasure it is to be here with you and not have that gorilla. And you know what it's like to work with gorilla. It's not a big treat, is it?
Reminds me of my ex-wife.
Yeah, but gorilla's better looking.
Yeah. Keep saying it. I hope she's listening. Tiger Chung Lee. Reversal.
Oh! Nobody gets up from this. 1, 2, 3, it's all over.
Boy, you have to wonder, was it the blow of the elbow, or was it the armpit that knocked him out?
I'd have to say it was a blow of the elbow. That's a big man. Over 360, 70 pounds coming at you.
It was.
Freight train music. Freight train
mother can love that face.
The winner of this bout, Blackjack Mulligan.
There's some loyal fans of Blackjack Mulligan.
Well, there must be a lot of people there with a third-grade education. I don't know. I'll tell you something.
We can say
what we want about him. When it comes time for him to get out there and fight, he does do it.
Oh, yeah.
Better than anybody else, probably.
Don't rile Blackjack Mulligan.
Well, I hope you enjoy your victory, Mulligan, because as far as I'm concerned, you're about ready to be derailed pretty soon.
Armpit, Bobby. There's that armpit.
An awesome individual to have to deal with here in the World Wrestling Federation, Blackjack Mulligan. He's going to be looking to challenge guys like King Kong Bundy, who are coming under some heavy scrutiny right now from the World Wrestling Federations for some of the actions that he took in part of WrestleMania 3.
Squashed a midget, so what?
Yeah. What kind of an individual would do that? What kind of a warped mind does it take to do something like that?
He was told to do that.
He was told by you, right? Admit it.
Yes.
Well, your name's going to be involved there as well.
And I'm awful upset with him.
Oh, I'm sure you are, yeah.
Because a couple midgets left on their own power.
All 4 midgets left with
but not little Beaver.
Hillbilly Jim.
Yeah, but he had to carry little Beaver out.
Well, not one of them that went out there with your man, King Kong Bundy, decided to return back to the dressing room with him. We're gonna. This is the time that what we're going to do it anyway. We're going to show everybody at home our special WrestleMania report that's coming up, and the only one that really shined for you, Brain, was well, didn't really shine, but the King. King was victorious. He got crowned at the end, but
they all shined for me.
They did.
And I can explain to you and these humanoids out there why, but I doubt if you'd pay any attention.
Oh, the floor is yours.
Billy Jack. The only reason that match was declared no contest is because
it wasn't declared a no contest.
They're both counted out. That's no contest
to me. It was a double count out.
Right. But Billy Jack refused to let Hercules back into the ring. That's the only thing that saved him. The King won his match, pinned the man right in the middle. And if it wasn't for the lousy, incompetent referee we had,
you'd like
Andre'd be the world champion right now. And you know it. Over 3 million people know it. I'm not going to get into that.
Let's go to the special report.
Get my blood pressure up.
How
Get myself
true
upset
the
and
brain
lose my
indeed
voice again.
is.
Hi again, everybody. This is Mean Gene Okerlund at the Silverdome in Pontiac, Michigan. The fans have filed out now for the biggest wrestling extravaganza of all time. As a matter of fact, March the 29th, 1987, a historic date. A brand new worldwide indoor attendance record set here today. 93,173 delighted fans attending WrestleMania 3. Truly a phenomenal event. I can hardly wait for WrestleMania 4. Let's give you the rundown of this exciting card here on WrestleMania 3. Here are the final results. The very popular team of the Can-Am Connection, Rick Martel and Tom Zink, doubting veterans, the magnificent Morocco, and ace cowboy Bob Orton. Billy Jack Haynes and Hercules in a very hard-fought battle. That one ended up in a double countout. King Kong Bundy disqualified along with his midget tag team partners. The winners, Hillbilly Jim, along with his partners, Little Beaver and the Haiti Kid. In a very controversial match here on WrestleMania 3, once again, Bobby the Brain Heenan interjected himself, his man, the King of Wrestling, downing the Junkyard Dog. The fabulous Rougeau brothers, Jacques and Raymond, gave it their very best effort because of interference on the part of Dino Bravo. The Dream Team prevailed of Greg the Hammer Valentine and Brutus Beefcake. In his farewell bout, Rowdy Roddy Piper prevailed, and Adrian Adonis had his head shaved. The shaver, none other than Brutus Beefcake. In a six-man tag, the British Bulldogs, along with Tito Santana, meeting the Hart Foundation. Tag team champions Bret the Hitman Hart, Jim the Anvil Neidhart, and along with their new partner, Danny Davis. And strangely enough, in this one, it was Danny Davis who got the pin. What a phenomenal Intercontinental title bout. The defending champion, Macho Man Randy Savage, knocked off by Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, and we have a brand new Intercontinental Champion of the world in the Dragon, Ricky Steamboat. What a matchup here at the Silverdome. The Honky Tonk Band pins Jake the Snake Roberts. I still can't believe it. Honky Tonk Band did it with the 8 of the ropes in WrestleMania 3. In another very interesting tag team bout, Nikolai Volkov and the Iron Sheik going up against the Killer Bees. Unfortunately for the Killer Bees, Hacksaw Jim Duggan interfered in that match. Because of that, the Killer Bees were disqualified. And still the heavyweight champion of the world, Hulk Hogan, prevailed here at the Silverdome in his big title defense. What a day it was. History of the making here at the Silverdome for WrestleMania 3. March the 29th, 1987. 93,173 fans taking part in it all live right here at the Silverdome. Gene Okerlund saying so long, and remember, next year, WrestleMania 4.
What a tremendous report. I can imagine, Bobby, you sitting back in the dressing room area when Ricky the Dragon Steamboat took the Intercontinental title away from the Macho Man, and the thought must have went through your mind, will lightning strike twice here in the Silverdome?
Well, you got an all-time record.
Yeah, 93
attendance.
plus.
You got all-time record for people watching in closed circuits and pay-per-view.
Right.
You got Ricky the Dragon Steamboat becoming the Intercontinental Champion. Who would have thought, I would have, but not you, that Harvey Race would have pinned the Junkyard Dog in the middle? But it happened.
It happened.
Everything was on a roll for me.
Just didn't roll long enough, right?
The officiating in that match was the poorest I've ever seen in my life. The young referee was completely intimidated by Hulk Hogan. He was scared to make a call. At the beginning of the match, did he not count to 3 with Hulk Hogan's shoulders down?
Well, no,
he went
on the
1,
3 count, the shoulder wasn't
2,
down.
3, but he hit the mat with his hand.
He did hit the mat,
Then
yes.
I could see panic hit him. When he looked into Hogan's eyes and Hogan looked at him, he realized there was a new champion, Andre the Giant. He turned and he said, "No, Hogan, your shoulders were up that far."
They were.
But his hands were shaking like that. His hands were shaking. He didn't want to make a decision. He wasn't man enough. You didn't put a man in there to make a decision. So I go down the toilet. And everything I work for, stick WrestleMania right in the garbage can as far as I'm concerned.
I can't believe you're blaming the official. I can't believe you're blaming
You admitted he counted to 3.
We're going to go right now to special Ken Patera story.
I noticed, well, you couldn't help but notice all of the medals dripping off your chest. Would you please care to explain what these medals represent?
Well, these are from the World Championships held in Lima, Peru when I was a competitive weightlifter as an amateur. This one is the snatch lift, and I'll be demonstrating these lifts later in the program.
Ken Patera established himself as the strongest man in professional sports, and he displayed that strength in unusual ways. John Studd and Ken Patera terrorized the World Wrestling Federation as one of the premier tag teams of the early and mid-'80s.
Flex by Patera, and Jim Young in trouble. Look at Patera. Boy, is he ever looking good.
However, no one knew that the pernicious influence of Bobby the Brain Heenan as his manager would ultimately lead to disaster for strongman Ken Patera.
Not only Ken Patera, but a whole lot of other guys. Boy, everybody he touches goes right down the tubes.
Who is putting this program together? You're just going to bury me the whole day? You're going to accuse me of everything that's happened in this world that went wrong?
I don't know. I can relate to Ken Patera and what he did here in the World Wrestling Federation. Kenny was directly
599.
Directly responsible for me retiring from the world of professional wrestling. In the Spectrum in Philadelphia.
Hey, let me tell you something about Ken Patera now. All these accolades you're showing in the newspapers, everything he did, that was all amateur garbage. Anybody can do amateur garbage. Oh. It's professional that makes you.
You're going to wear your trophies.
I made him a professional.
You're going to wear your medals next week, right?
I don't need medals. I got me to answer to, and me for you people to see. Patera, don't blame me for nothing, 59919.
Coming up.
Don't blame me for nothing,
The Honky Tonk Man.
License plate maker.
One of our big matches here this week on Prime Time Wrestling, Koko Beware, the Birdman, along with Frankie, taking on the Honky.
I'm not done yet.
I'm sure you're not. We're a long way from being done. The program's just begun. We've got a whole year to talk about WrestleMania 3 before we start talking about WrestleMania 4.
What are we going to do there? Just rub meat all over me and throw me to a pack of dogs?
No.
Do that.
No.
I'll enjoy that.
Well, we have a whole lot of interesting things to talk about that
dogs.
went down in WrestleMania, some of the superstars that were there joining us, and a whole lot of things coming up. Right now, let's go to Koko Beware and the Honky Tonk Man.
Koko.
Koko certainly got his work cut out for him here. He's going to have the support of the crowd 100% behind him.
And his miserable dirty bird.
And look at that other devious individual.
The Colonel.
Yeah, right out of nowhere. Now the guy's a colonel. Before he was just the mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart. Now he's a colonel.
You spent 14 days at a fruit stand and they were calling you a gorilla.
Yeah. One of our lovely fedorettes there at ringside, getting ready to take the jackets and the ring attire.
Little scrawny.
Koko's ready. Frankie's ready.
Natural black hair.
Obviously, Honky is not ready. Got 42 pounds of some kind of cream in there.
I ran my fingers through his hair one day. He told me, go ahead, so you can tell the world. It's dry as a bone.
Oh, yeah.
Just natural shine it has.
Bell's gone. We're underway. I'm sure Koko's thinking about using that tremendous speed. Something's wrong. Honky doesn't want any part of the Birdman right now. He's saying he doesn't have any grease in his hair.
Well, see, Koko's trying to tell the referee to check his hair. He's got grease on it. But now he's got a glove on. They're not even checking the glove. Why would he have a glove on?
Obviously, he has an injured right hand.
No, that's so he can hitchhike at night and they can see him.
Please, give me a break. Koko stalking the Honky Tonk, who slips out underneath that top rope. Referee Dave Hebner right there to push him back immediately. Once again, SRO signs went out early here for this World Wrestling Federation matchup. That's standing room only.
I know what that means.
Finally get a lockup in a referee's position. Nice armbar. Comes out of there with a ringer. Honky Tonk does. Well, at least he met him face to face, unlike what he did to Jake the Snake Roberts.
Who is that, Strongbow there?
I don't know what.
Oh, that's from Frankie the Pigeon.
Oh, right over the shoulder of Frankie, or over the beak, so to speak.
Or Bruno.
Yeah, you don't want to hear Bruno. You want to hear Bruno say that, do you? He'd do a number on you in a hurry.
I don't think Frankie'd be too happy either to be compared to Bruno.
You'd be wearing a glove. Arm wringer reverse now by Koko. Really going to work on it. The mouth looks a little upset. Right hand didn't break it. Third one doesn't break it either. Ducked around that one. Look out, atomic drop. Nailed him with it. Won't be twisting quite so energetically after this. Slam, beauty.
You know, Koko tried to purposely insult the man by messing up his hair. You notice that?
Well, I think that would be a personal insult.
Well, the man cares about his grooming, how he looks. Nothing wrong with that.
I don't know, the mouth looks like he could use a little grooming.
That's the style now.
Rags, is that it? Got the new style, rags? Back inside the squared circle once again and complaining to the referee. We may see a little fisticuffs here. Oh, look at that. Side headlock by Koko. Honk gets rid of in a hurry. Nice leapfrog. Over the top, shoulder block, a beauty.
I'll tell you one thing about Koko B. Ware. It's probably one of the most dangerous finishing holds in professional wrestling.
The Ghostbuster.
He could break a man's neck. He could put a man out permanently. I don't mean out of wrestling, I mean out.
Sort of sealed a casket on your career, so to speak. Understand, you fall into the same category as the Colonel and the Honky. You're deathly afraid of snakes.
I'm not afraid of snakes. I'm afraid of nothing.
Side headlock now by the Honky Tonk Man. Looking to gain some kind of control in this matchup. Koko doesn't want to stay in this too long. He's coming out. Standing wrist lock, perhaps. He doesn't really have the kind of height you need. No, he didn't get it.
I'm going to show you someday I'm not afraid of snakes. I'm not afraid of birds either. I think I may pluck that pigeon.
Into the ropes, look out. Got nailed again. Stopped dead in his tracks. Oh, nobody home on that one. Wow. Talk about exciting matches. That certainly was a great one, and this one is a long way from being over. Indeed, Koko B. Ware looking for a very impressive victory, and it will be, should he be able to get one over the likes of the Honky Tonk Man. Just another feather for his friend Frankie. We'll be back with the conclusion in a moment.
Get some little feather.
What do you think, Bobby the Brain Heenan, that Koko has to do to get by not only the Honky Tonk Man, but the mouth as well?
For Koko to pull off a victory over the Honky Tonk Man,
We've only got a couple of hours here. Can you?
Well, I'm trying to think.
Okay.
I'm trying to think what the man has he can rely on. He has no wrestling ability. He can't think. He's not that big a guy. If he can get you in the Ghostbuster, he can't put you away. That would be it. But then again, you have the other things going against him.
Let's go back to the match.
What?
Come on. Koko in trouble. Down on the canvas. Honky Tonk. Wow. Right into the sternum area. Honky Tonk's dangerous when he's got you in a compromising position. Pulls out all the stops, and if he can put that shake, rattle, and roll on you, he will.
There's Bruno again.
Frankie. Frankie keeps one eye on everything all the time.
Frankie kind of looks like Duggan when you look at him. One eye watching you and the other a fly.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan, you want to start making some derogatory statements about him as well?
Oh, I don't like him. He's very uncouth.
Koko in deep trouble. Having a few words with some of our ringsiders as well. Best pay attention to what's going on inside.
Didn't Bruno have a
nice block.
Didn't Bruno have a shirt like that?
Wow, nailed him. Koko exploding now with a couple of right hands and another one. Beautiful uppercut. Look out, in for the ride. Oh, caught one right in the lower abdomen.
Nice ride, Koko.
Got to be careful just when you look at it. Oh, please. That's a waste of time right there, Brain.
I don't know why they don't play his music during the whole match.
Oh,
he could do a little something to you, knock you down, do a little dancing, pick you up, slam you. Do a little
Slam
dancing.
by Honky. Look out. Going to the second turnbuckle on the inside. Dedicated that to someone. Oh, nailed him right between the eyes.
Me. He dedicated that to me.
What a nonchalant cover. Forget about it. You're not going to beat Koko that way. Honky, but definitely in control at this particular point in time. Irish whip coming up. Bombs away. No. Ducks under the right hand. High cross body. Down he goes. Referee way out of position.
See, now you know what I've been talking about, the officiating. You just blame Danny Davis.
It's a high-flying action there. The referee was all the way over on the other side of the ring. But what a nonchalant cover.
Quiet, man. He's dancing.
Well, he's not singing, is he?
No, but you don't know. If he breaks in the song, I don't want to miss it.
Oh, please. They hung this guy for being a good singer to hang an innocent man. Handful of hair, drags him up to his feet, rammed him. Oh, look at the danger involved there.
Well, you know, you could break maybe 4 or 5 turnbuckles doing that.
Please. Ramming the back of the head right into that steel top turnbuckle.
Talk to him, Colonel. Talk to him.
Taking the full brunt of the blow right on the external occipital protuberance. Very dangerous.
In the back of the head.
That's what I said.
Yeah, but keep it simple for the humanoids.
Drags him back in with 2 hands full of hair. Look out. Oh, I thought he was going for it. Nice fireman's carry.
The man can wrestle too. He's got it all.
Showing us he's had some amateur background. Perched again. Nice elbow.
Nice.
Look at this, though. Look at this, Bobby.
Should have hooked the leg.
You're not going to beat Koko Beware or anybody else with that kind of a cover.
But maybe he's just playing with him right now. You know how a cat pulls the feathers off a bird, or well, you know what I mean.
Chinlock. Applying some pressure onto the neck now.
Quiet, Koko's singing now.
Chant going out grease ball, I believe they're saying, Brain.
They shouldn't say that when Koko's down like that. A man's injured and hurt.
You're talking about the Honky Tonk Man.
Oh, well then they're wrong.
Youngster's not going to quit in this particular hold. You can bet on that. I believe it's been changed to a chin lock now. Can't tell from our vantage point. Elbow to the lower abdomen and another one, and he's out of there. Nice sunset flip. Can he get him? Oh, his legs are too short to reach his shoulders.
Legs are too short to reach his cuffs.
Honky Tonk got out of there in a hurry. Oh, nice standing clothesline.
Honky Tonk has dominated this match.
Shades of Jake the Snake Roberts.
Believe me, Jake the Snake wants no part of Honky Tonk.
Once again, the very nonchalant cover of the Honky Tonk Man, and a 2 count is all he can get. And the Colonel is telling him about it, I believe, Wayne.
He talks to him all the time.
With that horrid megaphone. That's one of the big faults I see in the Honky Tonk Man. He's always worried about what people are saying at ringside instead of worried about what his opponent's going to do.
I never concern myself with what the people are saying.
Scared to death.
First of all, you can't understand them. You ever talk to a person with 3 teeth?
Take a look at some of the capacity crowd here this week, once again, for this World Wrestling Federation matchup. Main event in any arena, anywhere in the entire wrestling world. Koko coming out of there. Got that adrenaline flowing. Nice block. Turns the tables, and it's Honky rammed into the top turnbuckle. Just like that. Here the guy had a chance several times to put Koko away. No, didn't do it. Another block. Honky rammed in once again.
I don't think Koko's got enough gas left.
Oh, look at him. Yes, the motor's running. Big right hand. And another one. Koko unloading. Irish whip in.
What's in that glove?
Backdrop.
Oh.
Nailed him with it. Koko going bananas. Frankie loving every minute of it. Now headbutt. Could be the beginning of the end. Turned into a Pier 6 brawl here. Drop kick, a beauty, standing drop kick. And another one. Oh, look at that 360. He went down head first. The mouth trying to get him back on his feet.
How do you think Koko to have it in him?
Koko just exploding.
It's not over yet, though. Honky Tonk's going to pull it out. He's going to pull it out. I got faith in the guy.
Suplex from the outside. Oh, look at that, Jimmy Hart holding on to the legs of the Honky Tonk Man. Oh, look at that, scoop the right foot of Koko. Give me a break. What a miscarriage of justice.
What? I was getting a floor cue over here from the lady here. I
wanted to watch the monitor.
Yes, Jimmy Hart did grab the Honky Tonk's foot.
Yeah, then he grabbed Koko's foot as well.
I missed that. I can't do it all.
Give me a break.
Here is your winner, the Honky Tonk Man.
Well, we're certainly going to...
Okay, do what you want.
Koko's going to have to... I think he'll get a rematch involved there, because that was a miscarriage of justice.
Won't do him any good.
The Colonel reaching in, grabbing the ankle.
I saw him reach him. I didn't see him literally grab him.
First of all, it should have been a disqualification because he reached up and pulled the legs of the Honky Tonk Man so that Koko couldn't suplex him.
I'll tell you what happened. When he went to pick him up and his feet came up, I think his hands were put up there merely so he wouldn't get kicked in the face. That's what I think happened.
I think you need glasses, is what I think.
Don't take yours off and set them down. They start a fire.
Well, that may be true. My eyesight leaves a lot to be desired.
And then you're knocking me? You admit you can't even see a wall. Now you're knocking me.
Well, I can see what's good on, when we have good equipment and everything, as we did in WrestleMania 3. The pictures were all excellent. I understand the reports of that.
How does it feel working with some top-class talent?
Talk about class. Mary Hart, just a super individual, super entertainer, a lovely, talented lady.
She called me Weasel.
Well, so what? Everybody else does. And my man, Mr. Baseball, Bob Uecker, and I understand Alice Cooper. I wasn't around Alice very much, but I understand that he's a very personable individual and did a tremendous job.
What about Aretha Franklin?
Well, that's another story. We'll get to perhaps at another time. Aretha, in my opinion, left a lot to be desired. I'll get into that deeper at another time. Right now, we're going to go to Hacksaw Jim Duggan, along with Mean Gene.
No, I don't want to see Duggan.
You know, the one thing that I personally like is a good, true, red-blooded American, somebody that will fight for the cause, so to speak. And that was demonstrated recently by my guest at this time. From Glens Falls, New York, he is Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Left, right, left. Hey, you know, Gino, sometimes I go down to the local tavern, and I'm sitting there on a stool, sipping on a light, maybe drinking an old number 7, and up there in the corner on the TV screen, you turn on WWF Wrestling, and what do you got? You got some Russian out there bellowing his national anthem. You got some Iranian running around waving his Iranian flag. Well, I looked at the guy next to me, and he said, I don't like that. And I said, Hacksaw Jim Duggan doesn't like that. So I told the Russian, anytime Hacksaw Jim Duggan is in the same building, the same city, or the same state, you're not going to walk out on USA soil, you're not going to hold that Russian flag high, and you're not going to sing that national anthem, because I'm going to come right out them back doors snorting and sweating and spitting and doing what I do best, and that's beating people up. Of course, Gene, excuse me.
You go right ahead.
You know, the other day, I was in there battling with that Iranian sheik, and old Slickster had to come give me a quick shot with that cane. And then Volkaov came down and busted it over my head, busted me open like a ripe tomato. Well, old Hacksaw was down. I was seeing stars. I was seeing crimson. And something in the back of my mind said, maybe you should quit. But quitting is not in Hacksaw Jim Duggan. So they had some people come down and run those two off. And they bandaged me up like 19 or 1776. And I was in the back. What did I hear? What did I hear? That Russian national anthem. I picked up my 2x4 and I took care of business. You guys are going down, tough guy.
Watch out for this guy. He is on a roll right now. Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
It's up to me now.
What
I'm
do you
going to
mean,
do that. You told me after last week you didn't want to see it anymore. We're back.
We saw what last week. What did we see? Fuji General.
Great
Was
piece
there
of
any
television.
talent there?
Yes, Morocco, Fuji.
But I mean, was there any acting talent, any acting ability?
Wait till you see what I have this week. And I know you don't want to see it, but I'm going to show it.
What is it?
Fuji Bandito.
Oh, please.
Morocco, Fuji. Guest appearance, the fabulous Moolah.
Oh, how lovely.
Classy Freddie Blassie, my buddy.
Well, you know, why don't you get the king together with Moolah. She was introduced in WrestleMania as the Queen of Wrestling. Could have the King and the Queen and maybe have something there.
That's their private lives I don't want to get involved in.
Oh, they're both about the same age, aren't they? Could be a good match. I'm not really crazy about seeing a Fuji Bandito, other than the fact that we'll show you folks out there just how bad, what kind of talent these two deprived individuals possess. Let's go to the footage.
Well, the stakes are getting a little high for me. I think I'll be moseying along.
Just sit down. Sit down.
Well, sure, Mississippi.
The only ones to walk away from a card game when Mrs. Zitty's dealing are now doing time on Boot Hill.
Well, hi, dog.
Keep your hands off me, greenhorn.
You must be local. Leo belongs to Morocco Kid.
Not the Morocco Kid.
And I don't need the Morocco Kid to handle my dirty stuff.
You posing for a bush-skin pencil neck geek, you? That's it, Lil.
King, we called you, boy. What you got? Oh, my.
Room for one more?
Hey, man. Take care of that. The air's getting very stale around here.
Me not too crazy about you, pale face.
Hey, Lil, is it true that the Morocco Kid is coming to town? I thought Ringo had him locked up in Abilene, honey.
There's no jail can hold the kid.
Only you can hold the kid, huh, Lil?
That's right.
I win.
Well, I don't like the way you're dealing. All your cards are coming off the bottom of that deck.
You have any complaints?
It's fair to me.
Fair to you, baby.
Deal as fair as new-driven snow on open plain where eagles soar and corn grow plenty and children play and clouds soar over and blue skies aplenty and corn grow and we make whiskey.
Fair is fair. What's the matter?
Two, you get egg rolled.
What are you talking, egg roll? It's fair dealing. What's the matter, you crazy?
Well, I don't like it.
Why you don't like?
Are you accusing me of cheating?
Oh, you
That's
fair.
about the size of it. Now put your dirty dealing hands on the table. And I'll take what's rightfully mine, and I'll be leaving you varmints.
Morocco Kid, boy, I'm glad you're here.
Morocco, I'm glad you're here.
All right, let's play them out.
Lil, I missed you. Now can a man get a drink around here?
Sure, kid, sure. By the way, did you hear the one about the...
Just give me the drink.
The usual, right, kid?
I thought you'd never get out of jail, kid.
I love you, Lil. I rode as fast as I could. Nothing could keep me from your lips, not even Ringo.
So you finally killed Ringo?
Yeah, did you kill the marshal?
We won't see Marshal Ringo around for a long time.
I wouldn't be too sure of that, Morocco.
Ringo! Ringo!
I thought I left you for dead at the bottom of Cactus Canyon.
It was just a flesh wound, Morocco. You made it very convenient for me, boys. I ought to lock you all up. Poncho for rustling, Mississippi, you for gambling and train robbery, and you, Morocco, for murder. You're not gonna get away this time.
You're very brave for a man who outnumber 5-1.
They look like good odds to me from where I'm sitting.
Morocco, first I'm gonna take care of you. Hand over that gun belt.
Don't make me laugh.
I want that belt.
I'll show you who's the fastest.
Wait! Lil! Oh, kid. Oh, I love you. I love you. I need a glass of water.
She'd still be alive if you hadn't come to town, Ringo. You killed my Lil. Now it's going to be my pleasure to kill you.
Big mess.
The marshal's dead.
Great.
Oh my God! Are you kidding?
This has been the only bright light in the last 2 weeks for me.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Yeah, Gene.
Hey, how
Hey,
you
Gene.
doing, Gorilla?
Fine.
Where's the men's room here?
Oh, did you see the Fuji Bandito?
Oh, yeah,
was
they're
that
the
in class?
best. Oh, they're too
Men's
much.
room's right around to the back to the left there.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks very
Good
much.
seeing you again, Weasel.
Okay.
What's he doing now? Performing Exorcist?
Oh, who knows? You never know what Mean Gene's up to. He could
Hey,
be
this
up
is
there.
my show. This guy comes in looking for the can.
So what?
So what? This isn't a men's room. This is a television studio. These people tuned in to see me. Fuji Bandito was just on. This guy comes in looking for some change.
Hey, that's the ladies' room, Gorilla.
Hey, it doesn't matter when it
Just
comes
make
to
it
you.
right. Did I say make it right?
It won't hurt you. It won't make a difference to you, Okerlund. Now, are we
we're
going to
not-
get things straight out here? We can talk about...
I hope we're not going to see any more of those episodes.
Oh, I'm bringing something next week. Maybe Fuji Gorilla. Haven't decided yet.
There's no Fuji Gorilla. Give
Thank
me a
God.
break, Brain. What an amazing amount of lack of talent possessed by the Magnificent One and a whole lot of other people. Incidentally, before we get off this particular segment, I want to apologize to the King. I made a statement earlier on that he and Moolah were approximately the same age. I've found out now that the King is much older. Was that what you told me?
No, I didn't say anything about
well,
that.
I have to apologize again then. You told me he was much older.
No, I said I don't know how old Moolah is.
We'll be back in just a moment.
King's 31 years old.
Well, we've seen a number of lookalikes, a number of imitators already this week on our program.
We have another one coming
saw
up.
the Honky Tonk Man who thinks he's Elvis Presley reincarnated. Now we've got a guy who thinks he's Blackjack Mulligan, referring to Ron Bass, of course.
You got that one backwards.
I do.
Mulligan is the one that's copying the Outlaw Ron Bass.
Are you kidding? But you know how long Blackjack Mulligan's been around compared to Outlaw Ron Bass? Give me a break, Brain.
Ron Bass is a class piece of talent. Man,
Class
from
piece
Texas.
of garbage.
He is not.
Let's find out
He
what
invented that flying
if
elbow.
anything he can do with Salvatore Bellomo. There's a name for you.
First to my right from Italy, weighing 244 pounds, the Italian stallion, Salvatore Bellomo. His opponent from Houston, Texas, weighing 275 pounds, Outlaw Ron Bass.
Outlaw Ron Bass against the Italian stallion Salvatore Bellomo.
That's what he calls himself, and perhaps rightfully so. Bellomo.
And look at this new wrestling wardrobe Salvatore is wearing, and a beard.
Bruno, let me ask you, what do the fans in Italy, how do they respond? How do they react to Salvatore Bellomo when he calls himself the Italian stallion?
Well, I don't think they're in favor of that. They don't like that kind of a title. You know, the Italian people, they like one who represents them well without titles like that. You know, I myself am disappointed. You know, what's this Italian stallion mean?
Well, I'm not all that certain, except that it would appear as though it's a complimentary term in terms of one's physical stature.
Well, the stallion better get moving here, because I'll tell you what, Outlaw Ron Bass is just measuring him so far.
Mule kick, nicely done. Salvatore must have heard you. Bellomo with a somewhat unusual looking physique, I think. Wouldn't you say, Bruno?
Well, because of his training method. He's not one believer in using weights for training. He does skipping rope, he works out on a mat, he
uses
work,
pasta, right?
He does.
What?
Well, of course he eats pasta. All Italians do, including this one.
Look at that maneuver by Bellomo. Nicely done. And two. He can't quite get the big cowboy. Ron Bass Trying to slow the stallion down, trying to break the stallion. Oh, wait a minute, yank of the hair.
What do you say, Bass? You know, in all honesty, I think Bellomo looks better with the beard.
Really?
Yeah, more hair to cover that ugly face. Ugly face? Bellomo's a very handsome man. He's a good-looking guy.
Bellomo on the apron now, and Ron Bass is all over him.
Ron Bass is a tough cookie out of Houston, Texas.
Bass on the outside with Bellomo. What's he going to do with him? Ooh, no. Ron Bass is a tough customer. A scoop now, Bellomo outside and a slam. Salvatore not likely to get back into the ring.
Well, it'll take a supreme effort for him, too. It's a good thing referee he did make it. I don't know if he really wants to after he gets in there now.
Ron Bass with an elbow to the back of the head of Bellomo.
I think it'd be an interesting matchup somewhere down the line to see two Texans like maybe Bass and Mulligan get it on.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Well, at least Bass doesn't wear them unwashed underwear like Mulligan does. You know, them ugly-looking red underwear.
Those long handles?
Yeah, them long, is that what they're called? Long handles?
Grinding it out there with a front face lock.
Now that's a hold that'll wear a man down.
Bass now with Salvatore Bellomo, rams the knee to the spine. Woo-hoo-hoo. Bellomo appears to be in a little pain after that one. Back on his feet. Ooh. That was a nice maneuver on the part of Ron Bass.
Beautiful. He got him.
Yes, he did.
Caught him flush on the chin, I think, with that.
The winner of this contest, the Outlaw Ron Bass.
Outlaw Ron Bass, victorious. Look at this man. He is a tough hombre. Back to the replay.
Look at this blow, that forearm that he caught Bellomo right in the chops. Sometimes they knocked Bellomo right out, and here's your pin.
Salvatore Bellomo, the Italian stallion. Defeated by...
Well, I liked Salvatore Bellomo a lot more before he became the Italian stallion.
Bruno thinks he's a great-looking guy. Of course, Bruno also thinks that his picture should be on Mount Rushmore, too, with that beak. But then
why are you knocking a guy who was a legend in his own time?
Bellomo's a legend?
No, San Martino.
See, I get him confused. I can't tell anymore.
Please, you are confused. You should be confused.
Why?
Because you went 1 for 4.
I did not.
Well, you did too. You went 1 for 4 in WrestleMania, did you not? How can you deny that?
I'm not managing the heavyweight champion of the world, true. But it's not because of Andre. It's not because of anything I've done. It's because of lousy officiating. I've said that.
Well, what I saw was, in fact, the truth.
Didn't you see the referee count 3?
Early on in the match, yes. However,
you stick with your decisions.
There's no way you're going to stop an arm when it's in motion coming down, Brain. I can't help it if you're upset because you blew the whole thing.
I didn't blow the whole thing.
Right now, we're going to go to a special interview with Kim Chi, another beauty of an individual, along with Kamala and the new manager, Fuji.
Bobby Heenan, Gorilla Monsoon, I thank you. We're going to get you back to more prime time here in just a moment or two. One of the wildest transactions, business transactions, actually, that has taken place in the World Wrestling Federation. Come on, Sika, come on in. The big man from the South Pacific. Mr. Fuji, I don't know how you did it, but now it's a done deal. You've acquired the services of Sika and Kamala and Kim Chi from the Wizard.
Yes.
What did it cost?
I must not disclose money, but it is friendship. And I have the tooth. The tooth
of the Chaka Khan.
Chaka Khan is right. And they have very good power. They have voodoo power.
Look at this man. How are you going to handle him?
I will take care of myself.
Oh, my word.
Here am I. I have from Uganda, Kamala and Kimchi, who will control him.
Wait a minute, Mr. Fuji. I've got to ask you a question.
Yes.
You've got Sika, you've got Kamala. Are we going to be seeing these two men now as a tag? Oh, he took the mask off.
You will see them in single and then there's in tag as well. I have a black man from Uganda, Africa, and he does not forget what white man has done to them. And he loves white men.
Don't get like Bobby Heenan. Don't poison this guy's mind.
Oh, he will have sick mind. He would like to let arm off. You
Pull
like
him off.
to eat white meat. Oh, you will go and use this and hit in the head and bust them in any place.
Wait a minute. You know, these people, you know what they're like, Mr. Fuji. Don't put a... They might like Oriental food, too. Who knows?
I don't think they like Japanese food.
Okay,
very poison there.
Very good, Mr. Fuji. Putting together a deal. All of a sudden, he's got Sika and Kamana and Kimchi. Thank you.
Banzai!
Well, we're back, folks, and one of our big tag matches coming up. Demolition, now under the tutelage of the devious one, Mr. Fuji, against the very... Who are you speaking to now?
Hold on.
It's Miss Betty. She's upset, right?
No, it's not Miss
She
Betty.
wasn't at WrestleMania.
She was at
pay her
WrestleMania.
fare to come up there.
Wouldn't pay her fare. She was in the front row. She was the one wearing the kit.
Why don't you stop?
Well, she always wears the
wasn't
big
even
events.
there.
She always was there. She was
As
there.
we stated
the
earlier
first
on,
one in. Yes.
The Islanders, a most
Jack Tunney,
dynamic team. Of course, Demolition,
Bobby the
the
Brain Heenan.
powerhouse that they are, it's going to take some real doing. They're going to have to use the speed, the agility, the karate that they possess, the martial arts.
I've been trying for over a week now. He's got to be in the office.
Just too much. Let's go to ringside right now.
Yes, I have a complaint.
Special
I have a big
tag team
complaint
matchup
about WrestleMania.
Nice reception for them here in the Garden. Got their work cut out for them.
So's their Taylor.
Their opponents will be making their way towards the ring, hailing from parts unknown. Ladies and gentlemen, here comes Demolition.
Oh, take a look at these two beauties.
Boy, Johnny B put something together here.
Where is Johnny B?
I don't know.
Imagine this importance, the debut of Demolition in Madison Square Garden, and Lush's Johnny B not in attendance?
Well, I didn't say he's not in attendance. I said I don't know where he is. He may
Probably be up in the third balcony somewhere.
He might be under the ring.
Both of these guys, obviously, over that 300-pound mark, Brain.
Wow. Chainsaw Massacre.
Heavy-duty team, Demolition. What's that music?
Catchy tune, isn't it?
I don't know whether that particular kind of footwear is legal either, now that I take a good look at it.
I never saw footwear like that. What kind of boots are those?
Like motorcycle boots to me. Or some similarity to them.
Nobody's going to be slapping them on the chest, are they?
Two outstanding individuals with some real unusual ring attire. Demolition, axe and smash. Talk about tag team action. We've got a whole lot of tag team action coming up in WrestleMania 3, Brain.
Well, you sure do. You got the Can-Ams, you got the Bees, you got Volkov and Sheik, you got Orton and Morocco. You got a lot of teams there.
Yeah, I'd like to talk about the six-man tag involving the World Tag Team Champions, the Hart Foundation, Hitman, the Anvil, and Danny Davis.
The debut of Danny Davis.
Yeah.
Well, I heard
against the former champions, British Bulldogs,
and
Tito Santana.
Former champion. 3 formers. What I heard from Jimmy Hart, and what he's told me, is that there's going to be a big surprise out of Danny Davis in WrestleMania.
There is, huh? Nice camera work. No way they're going to be ever allowed to leave those masks on, are they?
Fine with me. A lot better looking at those faces.
Tell them, Tama, tell them. No way, shape, or form should they be allowed to wrestle with those on. I'm sure they won't be. referee. Show a little authority in there. Atta boy. Maybe they don't understand English. Where are these guys from, Brian? Do you know? Have you talked to them at all?
Central Park, I understand.
Have you spoken with these two beauties?
No, I haven't. No, I haven't.
Look at the look of concern on this youngster. He doesn't know what to make of these two guys. Well, there's a look at the kisser. I believe that's Smash. You might better put that other stuff back on. And Axe. Obviously, those things are very hot. They're sweating profusely underneath that head attire that they were wearing.
They don't look all there.
No, it looks like he doesn't have both oars in the water. He also needs a little dental work in there. Giving away a lot of weight, the Islanders, but they've got speed and agility, and certainly continuity on their team.
Their best bet for speed would be to get right out of here, get to LaGuardia, and right out to Tahiti.
Please. It's Samoa that they're from anyway.
Doesn't matter. They're all the same.
They're not all the same.
Bunch of sand flies out there. Tips. Tree climbers.
Smash starting off with Tama. You don't want to try any strength moves with this guy. He'll bury you. Irish whip in. Look out. Ran into a brick wall. Very heavily wrapped right leg of Smash.
Why would you try that again?
Double drop kick and the big guy went down. More than one way to skin a cat. Axe comes in. The tag was made. I didn't see the tag made. And Demolition is outside and not happy about the happenings here in the Garden.
I'll tell you one thing. I don't think they should make Demolition mad. Their best to be nice and easy with these two.
You have to fight fire with fire when you're giving away so much weight, right? You can't just lay back there and let these guys pound on you. Haku, the powerhouse on the Islander team in there now. I'm sure he'll be able to match strength with either one of these.
Which is Axe? Which is Smash?
Let's see. Axe is in the ring right now. Smash about to get a smashes one with a bad leg. Or Pierce. Headbutt. Really jarred him with it. Armoring it now by Haku. Quick tag made. Look at this. Look at the agility. Oh, way up high. Some 10 to 12 feet high in the air. Tama coming down on that powerhouse of an arm. Oh, look at that.
That's how they go shopping, you know, in Samoa.
What's that?
They jump from tree to tree to get their meals. Most people just go to the supermarkets.
You live in a dream world, right?
That's how they live there.
You ever been there?
Are you kidding? Why would I want to go there?
And why make derogatory remarks when you don't know?
That's right. If you can't say nothing nice about somebody, you shouldn't say anything.
About to make a wish. Haku with Axe. Getting a whole lot of support. Oh, nailed him right in the lower abdomen area. Now going to work on the hamstrings. That's what you got to do. Take these Demolition off their feet, and then they just become like anybody else.
It's the average,
just like Andre the Giant. Once you take him off his feet, he becomes like everybody else.
So does Hulk Hogan.
Something to think about.
What happens when you take Hulk Hogan out from under his title? He's just another long-haired, bleached, blonde, sun-tanned geek.
There's a lot of things that you're going to be thinking about, Bobby Brain Heenan, between now and March 29th.
Oh, yes.
Some things I will tell you, some things I won't.
What do you mean?
Well, I mentioned to you before that on my first visit to the camp, I saw a few things that would leave a lot to be desired. However, wow. Demolition certainly needing some guidance, and since that match took place, they have indeed come under the tutelage of one Mr. Fuji. Are you that upset? Are you that bored that you You've regressed to reading the USA Today? Give me a break, Brian.
Well, maybe I can find an answer in here. I can't find any on this junk phone in Jack Tunney. I can't get anything out of you.
The answer is simple. Your man went down, and the champion still remains Hulk Hogan.
Oh, I understand that.
We'll be
but
back
I want,
with the exciting
no, I want
conclusion of this
compensation.
matchup in just a moment. It's quite obvious to me, Brain, that what I saw out at the camp did, in fact, prevail to be true.
Would you see the referee out there?
No. I saw the flaw in Andre's character, in his training habits, that showed me exactly what transpired. And we'll get into that a little bit deeper.
Wait a minute, what kind of a flaw?
Well, we're going to get.
We're going to go all through this again.
No, we're going to go back to this tag team matchup that we're looking at, Demolition, and then we'll come back and I'll explain to you exactly what I'm talking about. Take a hike.
My privileged information. No doubt you've told Hogan this.
I haven't spoken with Hulk since my visit to Andre's training camp, no.
But I bet you just couldn't wait to run there.
I'll be speaking with him. He's a friend of mine, just as Andre's a friend of mine.
You think so?
That's right. I'm going to be calling Andre next week and have a sit down with him.
The number's
been changed.
No longer do you have the number, anybody else. I have the number.
Well, I'll get to him in another way then.
No, you won't. You talk through me first. You don't talk to him. He doesn't talk anymore.
What are you talking about?
I do all his talking for him.
Andre the Giant's been a personal friend of mine since his inception in the world of professional wrestling. Now, you telling me that's over?
It's over.
Tama out on the hard concrete floor here in the Garden. Not the place to be. You're making me upset, man. Oh, look at that. Ran right into the steel barricade and over and into the ringside area. Haku right out there in a hurry. Make sure no further damage is done. I'm sure that if I get a message to Andre that he will need to sit down and have lunch or something with me.
Those days are over, Gorilla.
What did you do? Give him a lobotomy or something?
I opened his eyes.
Yeah. That remains to be seen. Tama in trouble here in the Garden. Oh, blatant chokehold. Come on, ref, where are you? That is a chokehold, ref. Front face lock now by Smash as he makes the tag. And Axe steps in. Double team effort. Whoa, rammed him right backwards into that top turnbuckle. Stunned, dazed look on the face of Tama. Fighting, trying to come out of there. He stunned the big guy. He should have went over and made the tag. Oh, he's gone again.
Look at the power.
Is that a gigantic welt that I saw on the back of Tama?
No, it's his head.
Look at it right there, Bobby. See it?
Yeah.
Right on the right side. Wow. Right in that lung area, just above the kidney area.
Gash, isn't it?
It's hard to tell from this vantage point.
It's bleeding.
Look at that.
He's got a hole in his back.
Might have done that as he was rammed into the steel barricade. Oh, look at this. Double team effort once again. Slugging it out now. Haku got over there in a hurry. Big headbutt, stun smash. In the meantime, Axe inside with Tama. Oh, what an elbow. Down for the cover, could be all over here. 2 count, that's all he could get. Youngster trying to shake the cobwebs loose.
That's just a big bruise.
Another quick tag. Now they're showing me a lot of continuity. This Demolition. What's he gonna do with it? Oh, clothesline. Ref, that can be construed as an automatic disqualification if you so see fit.
I never heard that rule.
There's a lot of rules you never heard, I guarantee you. Big bear hug, and these big guys should be able to apply this with a lot of authority. Tama with a couple of right hands, not enough to break the hold. That one did. He got it down, and as he went down, he wrapped that leg hold on it.
Well, they're a team. They're a good team. They've worked out before together, you can tell. They just didn't paint their faces and come out today just fresh. They've worked out.
Tama needs desperately to get over and make a tag to partner Haku, or this thing will be over very shortly. Wide open.
You know Tama's last name? Or Haku's last name?
Yeah, Islander.
Probably couldn't pronounce anything. Now Haku's dangerous.
Tag is made. Haku in, the adrenaline flowing, 2 or 3 headbutts. He's going wild here. Oh, drop kick right in the kisser. Haku's on fire. Smash on the receiving end. Oh, reverse throw. Reverse thrust kick caught him right in the mouth.
Now this is illegal. 2 of them in there once.
Double headbutt, yes.
You agree with me, finally. What is that? Where's this spider monkey going now?
Top rope. Tama perched up there. High cross body, nailed him with it. We could have a winner here. No. Save made, all 4 men inside the ring right now. Referee is rapidly losing control of this one. Finally pushing everybody out, but look out. Demolition about to unload here. Double team effort. Oh. I don't believe Tama will be able to get up from that one. It's over.
Notice how Smash went over and intercepted Haku. That's a good team.
Very impressive victory for Demolition.
I'm impressed.
Here in Madison Square Garden, as the Islanders, a very, very successful team. Let's go to Howard.
Here are your winners, Demolition.
Demolition is going to make life miserable for a lot of people here in the World Wrestling Federation. Now we'll get back to what you want me to get into, what I saw in Andre the Giant that I didn't think was up to par. Would you like me to enlighten you? No.
Suit yourself. Yes, yes, of course I would.
He didn't have that killer instinct where you can set somebody up and take them out, and that was obvious in the match in the Silverdome. Early on in the match, Andre had the Hulk in a whole lot of trouble. Hulk tried to pick him up and slam him, couldn't hold him up there, fell backwards, Andre right on top of him. From that point on, for the next 6 or 7 minutes, Andre had a number of opportunities to become the world's heavyweight champion, but he didn't have it in here. And there's no way that you could have given that to him because you don't have it in here. Period. Any comment? No comment. Why don't you try reading the want ads? Because the way things are going for you, that's what you're going to be looking for in the very near future. Guaranteed. We have a whole lot.
If I could find a new co-host in here, I'd be glad to.
Yet to come this week here on Prime Time Wrestling.
He had the killer instinct
our
in him.
feature match, which is coming up in just one moment. We'll be right back right after this.
I hate that song anyway.
The Hart Foundation, indeed, current World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Champions against a team that I feel has a long way to go here in the world of professional wrestling.
Kevin Dunn,
Jacques
please.
and Raymond, the Rougeau Kevin Dunn. Give me a break. What are you going to do with Kevin Dunn?
Him and the missus have gone to Puerto Rico.
Yeah, I know that.
Weekend.
I know that.
Yes.
But other than that, I don't see how he could help you very much.
I'd like another piece of Fuji material.
Oh,
him
please.
And Morocco. Yes, and I want it.
We don't want to see it.
I want to show a clip, a little bit of it, at the end of this program.
Break, will you please?
Okay.
As I was saying, the Rougeau brothers come from a wrestling family. I swear. We were on the same plane they were on going on their honeymoon, were we not?
Oh,
Coming
yes,
back
what a
from
lovely couple.
Let's go to our feature match. The
Just like a
Rougeau
Doberman.
brothers against the Hart Foundation. Let's go to ringside.
Tag team attraction, one fall with a 45-minute time limit. First, from Montreal, Canada, total combined weight 475 pounds, Jacques and Raymond, the Rougeau brothers. Team number 2, the new World's Tag Team Champions. Total combined weight 515 pounds, from Calgary, Canada, Bret the Hitman Hart. And from Reno, Nevada, Jim the Anvil Neidhart, the Hart Foundation.
probably should introduce Danny Davis as well. Danny Davis, of course, the man responsible.
On sign before we were the world champions. This is not a title match. This is not a title match.
I already told him that, Jim.
This match was signed before we were world champions. This is not a title match.
Then why did you wear the belts out?
Gorilla, something tells me that whether it was their decision or not, they had no intention of defending the title against Jacques and Raymond, the Rougeaus.
Well, it's not really up to them, Kenny. It's up to the Championship Committee and the World Wrestling Federation who they defend their belts against, and they really can't say yes or no to a title match or to make a match a non-title match. It's not their decision to make.
Although they don't seem particularly upset that it's non-title.
No, definitely not. They're not upset whatsoever. Well, Rougeau saying they don't blame them for not putting the title on the line. You can bet that Jacques and Raymond wish that this was a title match.
Well, you can bet as well, Gorilla, that should Jacques and Raymond come away with a victory here, they will have a title match in the very near future.
Well, I would assume the match has not been signed yet. The title's being held right now by the Hart Foundation. That will definitely be one of the matches, one of the big matches, being a part of WrestleMania 3 going down March 29th.
I would have to think, under the circumstances that the Hart Foundation became the new tag team champions, that the former champions of British Bulldogs would have to be among the prime teams being considered for that all-important title shot.
There's a return clause in every title match contract.
You know,
but we don't know yet, Kenny, how severely hurt Dynamite Kid was as he got whacked right in the back of the head by the megaphone of the Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart, and he never became part of that match.
Yeah, exactly true.
He was down and out before the match even got underway, and Danny Davis just let those two do whatever they wanted to do inside that ring. He counted the man out with the hitman standing right there looking over the body of Davey Boy Smith.
There's no question, all the speculation these past months as to the allegiance of Danny Davis was answered the night the Hart Foundation became the new tag team champions.
Well, it was disgusting to say the least. We haven't heard the last of that yet either.
You know, Gorilla, another team that has certainly impressed me here in the World Wrestling Federation, and I think worthy of a possible title shot, the Can-Am connection, Tom Zink and Ricky Martel.
Wow, talk about exciting individuals. That duo right there, in my book, is destined for stardom. Destined, it's just a question of time when they will wear the gold around their waist. Hitman complaining about a hair pull. Of course, there wasn't any. He's doing a number on the referee right now. There was no hair pull in there, Hitman. We saw it. You didn't. You're pulling your own hair. Well, I think maybe he learned some of those tactics from his father.
Could well be. There again, Bret the Hitman claiming, well, showing the entire world he is indeed one half of the new tag team champions, pointing to his waist, wanting the belt. And we have already told you the manner in which Bret the Hitman and Jim the Anvil became tag team champions. If ever there was a hollow victory, Gorilla, it had to be that one.
It certainly was, no question about that. And immediately, when that all went down, the Mouth of the South immediately took Danny Davis under his wing and said, this guy belongs in our group.
I think
high crossbody could be all over. No. Rougeau's showing us the speed that makes them so exciting and so devastating.
Raymond continues with the armbar. Bret the Hitman. Bret the Hitman again trying to tell the referee that his hair was being pulled. Well, again, he pulls it himself. Tag off, mate.
Well, obviously the decision has remained and will stand that these are, in fact, the new tag team champions, but it cost Danny Davis dearly. He has been suspended for life, Kenny. He is out. No more will he ever step into that squared circle.
With those actions, really, he should have been suspended for life and then some.
Oh, well.
There's something disheartening seeing that the tag team championship belts here in the World Wrestling Federation worn by two gentlemen, if you will, who come into the ring wearing pink tights.
They certainly are flamboyant, I'll give them that. The Anvil now with a big smile on his face, putting the ringlets down, exposing that rather large growth.
I'm sure Anvil works out very diligently in the gym, but Grill, I don't think sit-ups are part of his repertoire.
Obviously not. That derby's hanging right out there. Off of the South, claiming that Danny Davis is now a family member of the Hart Foundation.
It looks like Jacques tried to go for the pick up the body slam and may have injured his back, as the Anvil looks to be very close, if not over that 300-pound mark.
Oh, he's well over that. He's around 320, Kenny.
He tries to bill himself as 280, but I don't know when the last time his weight was checked.
Jacques going after it again. And oh, the Anvil turned it around in a hurry. Wow. Drove him down into the canvas. Rougeau's got to rely on their speed, their quickness, their agility, their cleverness.
You hit the nail right on the head. The best way to attack the Hart Foundation is a series of rapid tags and always try and keep a fresh man in and hope to keep either the Anvil or the Hitman in the ring long enough and just literally wear him down.
That's what tag team wrestling is all about. If you have something other than that in mind, you're in for a long evening. Oh, nice reversal. Oh, he got him up that time, just barely. As he just got him turned over, and as he was turning him loose, he went down as well.
And the Anvil suddenly wanting no part of Jacques Rougeau.
Boy, there are so many hot teams right now here in the World Wrestling Federation. We talked about several of them. We did not, however, talk about a team that I think is destined for greatness, and that is the latest find of Johnny V, talking about Demolition. Oh. These two guys are just unreal.
Has we ever determined where he found them?
No.
Or even what planet?
No, I questioned him about it, and he was very, very ambiguous about the whole thing. I even asked the brain, the weasel brain, about it. Oh, look at that. Clothesline job on Raymond by the Anvil. But they are awesome. They are both close to 6'6" and well over that 300-pound mark, and they're running over people.
They are indeed.
So we got plenty of hot teams right here in the World Wrestling Federation. The Islanders.
Another team. Magnificent Morocco and the bodyguard, Bob Orton, or as you call him, the mechanic.
He certainly is. They don't have to take a back seat to anybody with the devious manager that they have in Mr. Fuji. Wow. Rougeau brothers giving the Hart Foundation just about all that they particularly care to have in this particular...
I don't like the Rougeau brothers.
There's a lot of people you don't like.
Yes, there is.
Yeah, the Hulk Hogan's obviously at the head of the list.
He's on the top of the list.
Top of the list.
Right behind him is that lousy little referee.
Well, if you have to blame somebody, Bobby, I knew you'd find some fault somewhere with someone. Obviously, if your man didn't walk out of the ring with a championship belt around his waist, you would find a number of individuals to blame. We'll be back with a very exciting conclusion to our feature match in just a moment. Rougeau brothers looking for a victory in a special non-title. Incidentally, did you realize the title's not on the line here? Were you?
I know that. I was aware of everything that's going on here today.
Only because the match took place right after they were handed
we
the
all
title
knew that.
by Danny Davis. Let's
they
go
knew
back
that.
for the conclusion.
This guy's lost. I'm
Top rope wrapped around the neck of Raymond. Here comes Jacques, and a referee putting him out now. Look at this. They're going to do a number. Choking him right out. The Hitman, while he was doing that, had one eye on the referee all the time. They are so clever when it comes to those kind of behind-the-back type maneuvers.
One thing that's very impressive about the Hart Foundation, like them or not, their style, they have tremendous ring presence about them. They always seem to know where they are in the ring and where the referee is in the ring.
Obviously, Mouth of the South feeling that this match was not of any great importance in the career of this team, being that it was non-title. Or I'm sure he would have been here.
Well, from what I've seen of Jimmy Hart in the past, because we don't see him at a ringside, does not necessarily mean he's not looking somewhere here in the Boston Garden, although, as we talked about, he could be well involved in negotiations as we speak for WrestleMania 3 and deciding who, if anyone, the Hart Foundation will defend the titles against.
That's for sure. He might be home babysitting Danny Davis as well.
March 29th, Pontiac Silverdome.
It will go down in history as one of the greatest events of all time. A happening because history will definitely be made. World's largest crowd will view WrestleMania 3. Oh, inverted atomic drop by the Hitman. Close, but no cigar.
Gorilla, we talked about it last year, both of us at the CNE Exhibition Stadium in Toronto. 70,000 watching the World Wrestling Federation, and we speculated at that point it might be a record that would never be broken. But knowing the way things are here in the World Wrestling Federation, we should have known it would only be a matter of time, and that time would arrive March 29th.
Slingshot in by the 300-pounder. I can't believe it. Taking a page right out of the book of the Can-Am connection, but it wasn't enough to put Ramon away. Tough cookie that he is.
Well, the Rougeaus are showing a great deal of resiliency.
Reversal, wow!
Head first.
Full speed ahead. Double count being laid out by the referee right now. Here comes the anvil, and there comes Jacques. Look at this, the back of the referee turned. Puts him over on top now.
It was a good idea while it lasted, but thankfully it didn't work.
Anvil wasn't quite quick enough. He hasn't missed too many meals lately either.
I think Ramon is still very stunned from that head-on collision.
Jacques screaming at his brother. Look at this, right over the top. Oh, Hitman put on the brakes. Oh, beautiful drop kick over the top goes the Hitman. Good chance here for Ramon to make a tag. Two brothers Jacques, and he did. Here comes the anvil. There was no tag made there. Double knocker. Drop kick and the anvil's down. And another one in the Hitman as well. Listen to the crowd here in the Boston Gardens. Plants one right in the kisser. Over for the cover. 2 count only.
Talk about coming on like gangbusters.
Jacques was on fire. And a sleeper right in the center of the ring. Seen the Rougeaus use this on a number of occasions with a great deal of success. Look out. Angle, double axe handle right to the back. All 4 men inside now. Referee's losing control of this one.
I think he's lost it. The reputation the Hart Foundation has, he should have tried to establish his dominance early on, and he just didn't do it.
All 4 men inside right now. Referee definitely lost control of this match. Referee's not even sure who belongs inside. Reversal. And the anvil goes sprawling out onto the hardwood floor. Slammed by the Hitman right in the home base corner. Look at this. Tag made. Watch the backflip.
He got him.
Tremendous victory here by the Rougeau brothers over the reigning World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Champions. However, this is a non-title matchup.
The winners of this match, the Rougeau brothers.
Rougeau brothers outsmarting the Hart
Foundation. Just too bad that the title was not on the line.
Well, there's no question Gorilla Jacques and Raymond have established themselves as a force to be reckoned with here in the tag team picture in the World Wrestling Federation, and I'm sure the powers to be will take a good, hard look at Jacques and Raymond when it comes to WrestleMania 3, March 29th.
Let's go back and take a look at the action that went down here right at the end. We've seen him do this move before. Nice back flip right onto the sprawled, prone body of the Hitman. Gets the 3 count, the anvil, too late to make the save. And a beautiful job turned in here by the Rougeau brothers into Boston Garden. A big victory, but no title for them, as this was a non-title matchup. We'll be back.
Too bad for the Rougeaus, that being a non-title matchup, but flash for you. Next week, we are, in fact, one of our matches next week is going to be a return match between these two teams, and it is for the title. What is it? You got some interesting news?
Yes, I do have some interesting news.
Well, lay it on us.
Interesting
Well,
news.
lay it on us. Oh, okay. Well, as
you
usual.
make me sweat it out. You make me wait. You walk me through the woods, and you won't tell me.
Sweat it out.
I've asked you for weeks what was wrong.
You actually think I'm going to sweat out something that's coming from you?
You will.
The fountain of misinformation?
You will.
The man who misguided Ken Patera?
I didn't misguide him. You mean 59919? Any trouble that punk got into, he got into because he's an amateur athlete. All his life, somebody picked up his bags, told him to do push-ups, told him to run, told him to do this, told him to do that. He was always told. When he had to make a decision on his own, use his own brain, he failed.
Anybody
Don't blame
that
me
ever
for
got anywhere in the world of professional wrestling or any other professional sport had an outstanding amateur background, except
Don't blame me.
you.
Don't blame me because this guy can't control himself.
The entire world will be blaming you. Well, that just about wraps it up here for another episode.
Oh, no, it doesn't. No, we're not done yet. I'm going to show the people a little taste of what's coming next week. Fuji Chan. And also, this month of April marks my 1 year here as host of Prime Time. And during the showing of Fuji Chan next week, I'm going to have Miss Betty cater us Chinese
Miss Betty's coming?
She'll have it here. Chinese cuisine. Whether she's here or not yet, I'm not going to let anybody know about it.
We're going to see any of this thing at all, or
roll it.
Dr. Biggers.
He's dead.
The stone is missing.
If only that great detective from Honolulu were here.
Ladies and gentlemen, Inspector Fuji-chan.
Greetings. I'm sorry I'm late, but number one son, very like dew on lawn of morning. Confucius say, he who hesitates gets the worm.
Oh, man. Cut, that's enough. Just a little tease. This is going to be the greatest mystery you've ever seen.
Due to a diminishing number of requests, we will indeed see another episode.
And if you'd like to get me an anniversary gift, feel free.
Close your eyes. What do you see?
Nothing.
That's what you're going to get. We also have some exciting matches lined up for next week. Of course, as we promised you, that title match now between the Hart Foundation and the Rougeaus. And our feature will be Macho Man himself, Randy Savage.
Chinese cuisine, dinner catered here.
Junkyard Dog. So long, everybody.
Betty, get it ready, honey. We're coming.